with Demetra K, the innocent one, and Donovan Sadiq, the rock thrower, who likes to hide his hand once he throws rocks and hits people in the head.
And Mama, I didn't do it.
But we saw him do it.
That's right. It's all on tape.
As always, with Loving the Skin on Men, we try to promote understanding amongst black people, about black people, just so everybody can pretty much see what it is we go through and what we need to do to, as we say, love the skin we're in. Never to cause a lot of controversy, just a little.
A little bit. Our numbers were pretty good. Got a lot of feedback on our last show.
I saw that.
A lot of Tommy supporters out there.
Yes, I was called a couple of nice little names
yes, you
that my mama I didn't see on my birth certificate.
Yes. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. I'm glad.
When I saw it, I said, Mama made it.
Yes. You're earning the hate. Earning it. And, and as always, we love your showcasing your different hairstyles of,
my natural.
Yeah, you're natural, but being an African-American woman, you can do that with your hair. Straight, curly, orange, white, blue.
I try to keep it one color, and occasionally I pick out the grays,
Yeah, there you go.
Nothing too drastic.
Right.
So, anyway, it's been a little while because I was dropping my daughter off at San Francisco State.
Yes, we're going to be very proud of Deanna. Very proud.
Finishing her education, so that's always a good thing. So, there's so many things we can talk about. So we decided we're always kind of going off on the topic of men and women, men versus women.
Always just
last couple of weeks we've been talking about your homeboy Tommy Sotomayor, who got socked in the face.
Oh, and by the way, cards were sent, money was sent. There was a bump in his funding for that because as our spiritual leader, that was unacceptable. So.
That reminds me, a little Tariq Nasheed.
No, I don't.
Oh my God!
Every now and then I'll see a few things.
He doesn't like Tommy. Let's just say that. So
Mama's boy.
I wish you could play it. Maybe you can play it back. You won't because it's a dig at Tommy. But basically, he remixed the song Jermaine Jackson's "Let's Get Serious."
Oh, let's get serious.
So when Tommy was saying, "Are you serious?"
Okay, wait. Is there a clip on YouTube of that?
It is.
Okay, well, let's take a look at that clip right now. Okay, go ahead.
Oh God! So basically, as you hear it, you mixed it up with him saying, "Is you serious? Is you serious?"
All I'm saying is Tommy's keep courting the controversy and bringing this guy more notoriety, and this is his hustle. That's what
you know what? Honestly, not even to keep talking about Tommy because he's very insignificant to you. He's your king, and all
he's the man. He's showing us the way.
But Tariq Nasheed made a good point. I mean, not only just about Tommy, but a lot of the people we call coon in the community, their days are numbered. They know that now since Trump has come out with the whole not denouncing white supremacists, what do I need these Negroes for?
Right.
You've seen Omarosa try to get back into the black community when she went toe-to-toe with
the National Journalistic Black Journal.
Yeah, I can't think of his name, but...
that was Ed Gordon.
Yeah, she stood up with the dude and was...
Typical black woman.
It was horrible.
Horrible.
And so now you got Tommy, who, when he got punched in the mouth, he was at like... some black expo.
Yeah, expo. He was in. Yeah, it was.
Tariq makes the point that these people are now trying to transition back into the black community. Now they're all used up. Tommy was on the Tommy Lahren show. As, the pet coon talking about black people. And so she's been fired. So he's looking for a way back into the black community.
Well, like I said, it's nothing but a hustle, and you've got people out there that are going to do this stuff. And real quick, before we get on topic, since we're talking about coons, there was a black man that has been seen behind President Trump. And isn't it funny how you think that a person that they would screen that's going to be behind the president would be screened a little bit more what they're screening him for. And he was the guy that had the Blacks for Trump sign and all this other stuff. They found out that this guy was a member of a cult. He has some really outlandish, probably insane ideas of like killing, what was that, Israelites. He's trying to define what's this and what's that. But this is the guy that's behind the president.
Well, didn't they say he answered an ad on Craigslist or something? They were looking for extras.
And he answered, and he goes around and he takes pictures with Republicans. He uses it on his website and... very disturbing. It's a very disturbing situation when you have, and here's the bad thing about it. He was the only black behind him.
Yeah,
out of all the blacks you can find,
he was doing the most. Too.
Right.
He wasn't just standing there. He was
facial expressions. And he was making sure people saw he was behind there, making the most of his 15 minutes of fame. But we talk about cooning. That's a prime example.
Well, I mean, that's what Trump has. He likes people who are going to coon and do the most. And then we've seen it. A lot of these, what we call coons, or some people you misappropriate the term Uncle Tom, but we'll say it for just the sake of argument. We've seen him, cry and backtrack. Oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
What was your boy, the clip you showed me?
I can't think of his name, but he was some journalist on Fox News who was, he was stumping for Trump.
Yeah, Trump's going to make America great and give him a chance.
And he said something that he's seen him do more for 7 days.
Right,
So then when Trump didn't denounce white supremacists, he, had a conniption. He was heartbroken.
Our president.
Wow.
But that's black people. We love our white folks. We love the massa. We love them.
Yeah, and it's funny because I've been reading a book called To Be a Slave.
Okay.
And it's a slave narratives, and it talks about these slaves are talking about what they used to go through as being slaves. And they talked about the Uncle Tom, because they called it the Uncle Tom on the plantation, who would sell everybody out. And it was even one narrative from an Uncle Tom, quote unquote, that he would, since he was in with the master, he would be in the room. And the slave quarters, the walls and stuff are very thin, so he can hear some of the slaves trying to plot to to get Massa,
to kill him, and
he would go tell on them.
Yeah.
And he said that get me favor with the master.
Well, the funny thing is, we're talking about like that example. According to the Denise Fleming and the Chicago Mafia, that's what I do here. I'm the sellout. Yeah, I'm the coon because I'm exposing her unethical behavior.
Well, see,
politically.
That's how people misappropriate the term coon. Are you a coon because you want what they want you to do? Yeah. Or are you a coon because you really cooning?
Right. But isn't that a good point that you just said there? If I'm attacking Ito and other political opponents of theirs, there's no problem.
Right.
But the minute that I start pointing out, doing what I do to the other opponents on her or the Chicago Mafia, I'm this bad person. And then I was attacked because I told the truth what happened at that incident. And that bald-headed black chick from Chicago.
Oh, my God.
I mean, here's this woman that wants to be, bringing in religion and God bless you and all this other stuff. But here she is lying and not... there was over 100 people there that saw it happen. And I reported exactly what happened. And she's telling me that I'm a liar.
Well, yeah. Sometimes people misappropriate the term. You're a coon because you're not doing what they want you to do. You're not getting along within the system or helping people, do things they're not supposed to do. Exposing that, then you could be a coon. But that's not necessarily the case. But anyway, we've kind of gotten off track here. But today we want to talk about, as the title says, leave your ass for a white girl.
Yes, now, I'll do it in a minute.
You ain't been with a white woman yet.
The door is open.
But you ain't walked through it yet.
I haven't walked through it yet because I haven't seen a white woman with enough money or
booty.
Or booty.
Well, you can go, but they can buy a booty nowadays.
Yes, that's true. But the first thing I look at is economics. I want she makes or her daddy makes.
Okay. All right. Is that the same prerequisite for a sister?
No. Sister could be poor and broke, and we can work it out.
All right. So we've talked about that quite a bit about black men, and I've had, believe it or not, I've had lots of men come into my inbox, trying to defend why they want to be with white women opposed to being with black women. Black women, we're loud attitudes. We like to wear weaves.
Y'all are getting fake booties and implants.
Right. And we put you in the system with the man on child support. And so I've had a lot of men say, well, white women won't do that. A Mexican woman won't do that, or an Asian, or what have you.
Oh, yes, the hell they won't.
So... Again, so then that's their defense as to why they need to go be with those women, because black women are lacking, for a lack of better words.
Well, I'm going to tell you this, honestly. I monitor your page a lot. A lot of these men, go to your page for the simple fact that, you come from a woman that is beautiful, and they're trying to get with you. Because I see some of the thing is just so obvious. Hello, beautiful. Hi, gorgeous. It's like, come on, man. I'm glad I'm not Walter and I had two sisters. I can do it. I can do it. So.
But no, seriously. But thank you. But seriously, maybe as a black man, because I know you've joked with me a lot about you know, you're on your way to go get you a Becky.
Yeah.
A Becky with the good hair.
Yes, yes.
You know, all this other stuff, so...
After I get with your sister, but go ahead.
Okay, but why?
Well, because...
Okay, let me ask you this before I say why. What is it what is a black woman doing that will cause you to entertain being with someone other than a black woman?
Okay. In all seriousness, this is my situation.
Okay.
I do not need a woman that is in competition with me. I have my role as a man. She has her role as a man. Black women, especially these new generations of black women, they have bought into this. I can do it on my own. Blah, blah. I don't need no man for this or that. You need us to make children. You need us for companionship. You need us. There is no group of women more gay than black women.
You think so?
I think so. It didn't work out with you, the man, so I'm going to go get with a woman. And then you hate men so much, you dress like us.
Oh my God!
You cut your hair like us. You act like us.
But have you not seen other races of women who
not
do
on the
same
scale?
thing?
Not on the scale that we do it. Even though we're a smaller population of it within our community, it's out of control. And the reason why these black women are angry, in my opinion.
Okay.
Or they come off as angry. Whereas white women and other races, their women are taught to be submissive. Where ours is taught, don't get me wrong, I know you guys have been through hell and back. Don't get me wrong.
And back, and then back.
Trust
again.
me, I was raised by a widowed mother. And you know my mom, she don't take no shit. But, that's why I think she's going to be by herself. but the other cultures, they're just a little bit more submissive. So if I'm going to, there's not an argument every time I get ready to go. If I'm going to the club boys, you say that to a white woman, okay, bye dear, have a nice time. Black woman, she's getting dressed too. She's going out. You know?
Well, oh God.
You know what I'm talking about.
Again, I'll always say this regarding my parents. Now, my mom divorced my father when I was 7, and I, had a stepfather who was very instrumental in, our lives. And I never saw that with my mom. Now, I'm not saying they didn't argue with them. Yeah, they did.
But also, your mother comes from a different generation where that last thing was taught. Yeah. My mom, when she was married to my father, before my father passed, my mother was a housewife, so she was submissive.
Well, my mom was a housewife, too, and she was submissive. Right. I never saw my mom do some of the things that you just described. And I'm not saying she didn't. I just never saw that as an example. But then you say, black women are angry. I guess we need to ask, why are black women angry? Because check this out. Okay, remember Jesse Williams?
Yes. He
up on BET about a year or so ago and gave this magnificent, homage to black women, and we got your back, sisters. And
his Becky decided to leave.
No, he left his wife for a Becky.
For a Becky,
he left his wife for a white woman. Yes. And so, most who thought his speech was phenomenal was like, wait.
And then look at how his ex-wife is acting.
Okay, but that's what that brings me to the point of anger. Because, I was talking to Al about this morning. I read the article.
This is Al right here, you guys. I'm going to put a picture up. Everybody can ask, is this Al guy? This is Al. Very good looking guy. That's me and Al. So, go ahead. So talking about this morning, and so there's an article, it's going back and forth. She's angry. And won't let him see the kids like he wants. They have 3 kids together, right?
2 kids, I think. So they got 2 kids. But I'm like, okay, to me it's an unfair narrative to say that this woman is just angry and she won't let me see the kids. It's like, nah, Negro. The whole story. Okay. You got your high yellow ass up there in front of the world to make
my queen. I love her.
This declaration of black women, and then you leave your black woman for a white woman. And so now you want the world to just say, oh, well, she's mad. Well, you're basically doing the same thing. You're going against the very same things that you got up there talking about. Now you're trying to paint your soon-to-be ex-wife as an angry black woman. Well, who wouldn't be angry after being left for a white woman, which you just, what I'm saying? So that's unfair.
Well, I don't know. In that situation, now you're talking about celebrities that have a lot of money.
I mean, just even, Ray and Boom Quisha up the street.
But even in that situation, when if a person doesn't want to be, you can't force them to be with you.
Right, but don't try to paint me as an angry black woman because I don't love the fact that you left. Well,
wait. If I'm leaving your ass and it's not working out, let me see my kids because you're being respectful. I'm going to tell the narrative as it is.
Okay, but it's because I was reading, it's part of their divorce little thing that she wants in there. She said, I don't want him to introduce my kids or our kids, however you want to phrase it, to somebody before the 6-month mark. You know, and
but who is she to make that declaration? You have two parents.
I agree with that. But I think, you know, you brought up the point of black women being angry, and I think it would be kind of silly for us to think she shouldn't be angry. I think she should. I think anybody would be angry being left under those circumstances. But
why are you using the kids in the narrative of whatever you're doing?
Well, because that's just sometimes what people do. I'm not saying it's right, but I can understand her. Like, you left me for a white woman. The last thing your black ass gonna do, control. But I'm trying to, because I haven't been there, but I can understand it. Okay, you left me. Not
You've been there. We know your story.
I ain't been quite there.
No, not there, but you know.
I could tell y'all the story. Okay. But you left me for a white woman, and now what you want to do is take our children to go be with this white. So I'm not saying it's right.
If he wants to, that's what he can do.
I get it, but you know, damn, can I process this first?
But that's what I'm saying. Who are you to say, can I process and can I have? Because if the guy did the same thing, well, who is he?
Okay, but listen, I'm not saying it's right, but I understand it. I understand her pain. It's
sure.
Like, wow.
Get over it.
Okay, it's easier said than done.
True, but don't use the kids in regard. Don't keep these children parents.
But maybe he's not telling the whole story. Maybe she's you know, like he wants to gallivant all over the place. Well, for somebody
who's not telling her, and I'll give you that. Let's say he's not telling the story. She is sure falling into the.
Whose narrative though?
His narrative
of what? She's an angry.
Her actions are showing she's very angry.
But she has the right to be angry.
Exactly. But what I'm saying is you can't say, well, I'm not angry when everybody sees your actions are showing you're angry.
Right. Okay, but I don't know the whole dynamics of their situation, but I get it. So I think it's unfair a lot to paint, especially black women, as angry. Like, we just wake up in the morning, I'm angry.
Well, okay.
Come on now. Like you said, we done through hell.
Yeah, I understand that. But these new generation of women that are having children with men that are walking into jail, these are conscious decisions that you are making. Don't take it out on society because their daddy ain't shit and blah blah blah. What man did you? I mean, you know, I'm not like throwing you out there and like that. But after you and Deanna's dad fell out, you dated other men. I did. You didn't take that relationship of how he treated you into the new relationship.
No, I didn't. I didn't at all. One thing I think I was pretty good at is not dragging baggage. Or I think we all drag some baggage, but not excessive baggage.
Right.
Like,
of course, you're cautionary. Yeah. And you learn from.
But I mean, I just this narrative that, you know, black women are undateable because we're angry and we're this and we're that. Is like, okay, and then to the point that you just made about, you know, we date men who are in and out of prison and dope dealers. I hear that a lot. It's like, golly, when are some of those dope dealers or these men that keep going to jail and get some held accountable?
Well, they do get held accountable when they're 40, 50 years old. They ain't got a pot to piss in or window to throw it out of.
I get it. I mean, we should, as women, and even as a man, should be more cognizant of who you're laying down with.
Exactly.
We know that's not always the case.
Well, I'm going to give you an example. And maybe you were at that bar. You saw some young women. I'm from the old school. I was raised correctly. You see beautiful women, and, you know, or women in the thing, and they're having a ladies' night out. You know, and just to be friendly, your calling card is the same. Here's a drink. You know, I don't even have to go up to them. Waitress, those beautiful women over there. The next drink is on me, and just let them know da-da-da.
Right.
I did that, and what did those girls do? Walk right past me without even saying a thank you. Angry.
I don't know if they were angry or maybe just a false sense of entitlement.
But that's what I'm saying, and that's what we're dealing with. So what black man wants to deal with that attitude?
That's not just black women, though. So when black men say, "Oh, black women are undateable," that's bull.
No. That is bull because I would say 3% of you are dateable.
3? You lost your mind. It's 3% of us. I mean, listen. I've spoken to lots of men who have dated lots of other types of women, other races, and they've said the same. Those women are crazy too.
Well, but
black women get pegged with the angry. I mean, it's even to the point to where you got these white women. Yeah, well, you know, black men don't want to date you because, you know, you got an angry
trying to look
attitude.
Like us, right? You're trying to look like us. Look at that, and they laugh at black women.
First of all, I ain't trying to look like
no,
white
not
woman.
you. Okay. But they laugh at you because you trying to wear hair that isn't yours.
Okay, but what about see, this is the part that chaps my hide, okay? This is the part that chaps my hide, is that y'all always talk about us trying to look like them, but y'all don't never take the Kardashians to task or any of these other white women who are appropriating our hair now, going off to big booty ass mark.
Wait. What do you mean about appropriating your hair? I've never seen a Caucasian woman or a woman that has straight hair trying to put afro hair in their
All
hair.
right, but so like on Glamour ads and all these other magazines, Cosmopolitan and all this other stuff, they are now, so if a Kardashian, some of these white women wear Bantu knots, they say, oh, they're starting a new hair trend.
Well, the Bantu knot, you said hair.
Or the styles, whatever the case is.
Right, but when you're talking about hair, I've never seen a Caucasian person or a person with straight hair put afro hair in their head. I've never seen that.
Okay, so.
But if you're talking about wraps and stuff,
all of that.
okay, I mean,
but they never, you guys never take them to task.
No, because they look beautiful.
Beautiful, I like manufactured, if that's what you call beautiful. But yeah, so this is confusing to me, because I asked my brother about this, and he
wait. First of all, Walter's my man and all, but I don't think he's the guy to ask that question. Or Jeremiah, yes, Jeremiah.
No, I asked Walter.
Okay, wrong guy to ask. But
Walter,
okay.
my older brother, who doesn't prefer black women.
Okay, but very successful black man.
And he wasn't. And let me just put. He'll probably gonna call me like, what the hell would you think? Okay. I'm just gonna let the record reflect for you. Yeah, he is probably the last black woman he dated was probably high school.
High school, okay.
But he has been successful because he's had good black women behind him, whether it was my mother, whether it was me,
Amanda,
my sister, or whatever. So he didn't get to where he's at because he was with whoever he's with now.
But
I'm sure she helped.
But the less stress. No. I'm sorry.
Hey, that's his relationships. He was with some women who was kind of on the 5150 side. That's the crazy code for California.
Yes.
And they weren't black.
Right.
So,
right.
So I asked him. I said, "Do you guys, as black men, find that attractive about white women who go and get big booties and they go get the extra crispy tan and they got the black girl swag now and all this other stuff?"
I hate that, but go ahead.
He says, "No, I don't." He says, "I'm one of the very few men who don't find the Kardashians attractive."
I don't think they're all that.
But the point I'm making is, so y'all are mad at black women because y'all say we wear the weave and makeup and all this stuff.
Most real black men do not like weave.
Okay, but then y'all go get with a white woman.
There's no weave.
Okay, she got no weave, but that ass wasn't hers 15 minutes ago.
Okay.
That crispy tan she got.
I don't really like obscene ass.
Okay,
a nice little apple bottom is cute enough for me.
But that's what black men are finding attractive. But so you don't want to be with a black woman, but you'll be with a white woman who's trying to be like a black woman.
That's a small percentage, I would say.
No, it's not.
No, I mean, if you're talking about the guys that are in the ghetto and live in the street life and stuff, that's probably true. But
even everywhere you go, not to keep using the Kardashians, but hell, is what people can relate to. I don't follow them much, but every Negro with some success has been through the Kardashian women.
Yeah, that's true.
So these aren't dudes that are in the ghetto or whatever. These are dudes with some success.
Wait. But you're talking about athletes who come from the ghetto and have that mentality.
Okay, but they not there anymore.
Now, what's that guy that he's the pharmaceutical guy, the black guy that Trump advisory committee? He was the first guy to leave.
The black guy? I can't think of his name.
Married to a black woman. Successful. This guy's rich is beyond comparison.
So there you go. So we know that it is possible. There's a lot of successful black men who are with black women, but the world will tell you, for you to be successful as a black man, you need to get you a white woman.
I'm going to have to ask you this question. I've never been with a Caucasian woman.
Although you've entertained it.
No, I never say never. You always never say never. I just never found one that was attractive enough for me. And I've got this small studio. I need to get me a white woman. I can go to NBC and,
oh, she's going to be your ticket. Oh, yes. Speaking of which.
Yes.
Charles Payne, the guy on Fox News who got fired for sexual harassment. Right. Oh, God. Yeah. The perfect example. I'm glad you brought it up, kind of.
Okay.
All right, now this is a man who, by all accounts, is a coon.
Yes.
Okay? Caping for white people.
The big guy.
The big dude.
The big black guy.
Now, what happened to him lately? So, a white woman that he worked with on Fox News accused him of sexual harassment. Now,
and they got rid of his black ass quicker than quick.
And so I'm sure he's probably sitting at home. And he was married to I think he's with a black woman or white. I don't know.
I think it was a black woman.
So anyway, he's tricking off with this white woman. Now, she's accused him of sexual harassment. How the hell can I sexual harass you? And we've been together 3 years. Mm-hmm. She said that she was with him because she thought it was going to put her in a different, spotlight as far as the media, but I guess it didn't turn out. And her husband found out, and then she said, this big black man, he did.
Yeah, this black buck, this mandingo.
And like you said, he was gone.
Gone, just like that.
Gone. We don't put up with that here. But how long did it take him to get rid of Bill O'Reilly ass? Quite a while.
Quite a while.
So,
sorry about that.
I mean, don't sit up here and try to tell me that it's just black women who do the most.
Well, I'm not saying it's just them, but I'm just saying the statistical fact is black women are last on the totem pole when it comes to desirability. And you know, me and you've gone to the polls.
I've heard that. Mm-hmm. I've heard that, we are least desirable, but I tell you what, I mean, any and everywhere I go, I see all kind of men looking at me.
Oh, of course. No.
Comes out of his house every morning. He ain't black. I will watches me run to the point I got to leave.
But that goes back to the slave master and the over sexualization of black women, and that you guys are just sexual beasts, and that's what the other groups. Now you have
that's a myth.
It's a myth, yes. But there's a lot of mulatto children that were born during slavery.
Okay,
right.
But let's before you go on, because I'm not saying that this is what you're saying, but I don't ever want anybody to think that black women like, come on, big.
Oh no, it wasn't like that. But what I'm saying though, for people to think that we're animals, and you see this woman who boobs, big lips, I mean, when you look at an African woman, and this is just my opinion, I've been to Africa, I've been to Rwanda, and I've been to these places. When I went to Africa and I saw black women, even some of my African friends here in the United States, you look at their bodies and their shapes, and then you look at an American black chick, a hybrid, which I call as a hybrid.
Yeah.
Totally different in how you do it, because we have a lot of European stuff mixed in, whatever. But that pure African woman, I mean, even the older women, their shapes are just tight, and and it's something attractive about that. Yeah. How they've got that Coke bottle figure, and I mean, it is what it is. So I can see if I was back in those times, these niggers are da-da-da-da, and they're animals, and they're filthy. And then you see this, I've got my Jenny in her Victorian stuff with the flat ass, the pale skin, and then I see this woman with a basket on her head, that's my slave, and she's walking around with this big booty.
And she got a basket on her booty.
Right, and she's walking, and I'm thinking, Not saying it's right. Rape is rape. That's not right. But what I'm saying is I can see the sexualization in that.
Right, yeah. Well, white men have always been attracted to black women. I don't
absolutely.
care what you say. A lot of white women probably
they get with you, but if it comes down to their money and being ostracized by their family, they won't marry you.
Some of them will.
No,
and trust me, I know some black women who get that white dollar.
No, some. But I'm just saying, as a whole, no, they won't. They won't.
They won't publicly do it.
Strumpton, big racist.
Yes.
Congressman or senator. Years. I hate niggas and blah, 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 and they're stinking and all this other stuff. Come to find out, black daughter.
Of course. I mean, Ray Charles, God bless his soul, can see that the black woman is the most desirable woman. Yes. And and it's sad to me because black women are highly desired by a lot of other races. Mm-hmm. But black men, for whatever reason, are saying that we are undesirable. And if I were a white woman, I would take some offense to a black man saying, "Oh, I only want to be with a white woman or Mexican or Asian because black women don't do A, B, C, and D. Why wouldn't you just want to be with the white woman?" Because
I always say this when I talk to my buddies. Oh, I'm get with the such military guys. Oh, I want to get with this white girl. I said, wait a minute, wait, brother. A sister will do anything a white girl will do. It's just that you're going to do it on the first day, and you got to earn it.
And that's how it should be.
Well, not all the time. Sometimes it's good. Wait. How years have I been trying to get with your sister? Won't give me the time of day.
Never say never. There's some people.
I was living in Jacksonville for almost 2 years, and this woman was down there, had no clue. Look. Who knew? She was a freshman, I was a senior. But, age ain't nothing but a number now.
All right, R. Kelly.
But my point with these women and these newer women, you've got these young girls now that are coming out and being urban models, booty models. They're on Twitter, videotaping themselves like we're doing here, and getting money on, for sexualization of themselves. It's just sad. I mean,
and you know what? It is sad. And I'll just go ahead and say this just from a personal note. As I was having this conversation with my daughter, I said, it is unfortunate that in this day and age, as women, if you do have some intelligence, it's not going to take you very far.
No.
But, or if you have some sort of a talent. Now, I'm talking about real talent. I'm not talking about shaking your ass.
Yeah.
But let's say you are, and I've seen this a lot, of exercise or fitness person. You can't just sit there and just...
Right.
You got to turn around.
Yeah.
You got to show some booty shots.
Yes, you do.
You got to say, I'm working on my legs, but happen to be in the thong. So you got to mix some of that stuff. So at the point I was making to my daughter is, you got to you don't have to, but if you're going to be successful, you got to cheapen yourself.
A little bit.
You got to cheapen your man. And I don't want to do that.
We know. You could be making millions and you just won't do it.
But I feel like then it waters my message of, trying to be, not trying to, because I know I'm a good communicator and all that other stuff, but communicating my message without muddying the waters, without saying, well, I hear what she's saying, but look at her ass, though. But that's what a lot of women are doing. Per your point to the Instagram thing, is like, I'm exercising tennis shoes, but you're going to see my ass by the time this whole little ad is over.
I get on Twitter, and I don't know how these people bleed over, because I'm the I-former on Twitter, and I get these booty-shaking young girls. Booty-shaking. I mean, nothing to the imagination. They're just showing everything right.
So can you imagine being a woman who is trying to get let's say she is a fitness guru, or she's trying to be, or she's trying to appeal to the masses by delivering a message. She's being straight-laced about it. She's going to have 2 or 3 followers.
Of course.
But then when she starts taking her clothes off, then people are going to start, what is she talking about?
Right. Well, that's like this show. If you and Tay and Dave, would y'all would just come in with y'all little bikini tops?
We ain't going to do it. No, we're not going to do it.
But no, I mean, like I said, I'm not saying, black, me, I like women. But, I mean, it's getting to a point to where, especially women of our age, in my age circle, nobody wants that extra bullshit that they bring with it. And I'm not saying all women do that, but a lot of do.
Okay, well, what's extra bullshit?
I'm going to take care of my grandkids. You want to date, but you want to take care of the grandkids. Right. Or your last man did this and whatever. Or
is that really a thing now? Where it used to be the kids, but now it's the grandkids?
No, because you've got these women that they don't even, number one, they don't even know how to be mothers. Number one, okay. Yes, you love your children, and all my friends always get on me about my kids. My boys are grown. I don't take care of fucking grown men. Excuse my language. I don't. I'm not. I've done my job. When does it stop? Well, you should carry your son on. The law says you can carry him till 26. Yeah, I could carry him.
That's where me and you disagree. But
that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. But to each his own. That's what I'm saying. Respect my wishes. If that's what you want to do, you want to do.
Absolutely.
When it comes to grandkids, when the day comes I have grandkids, I love my grandkids. But I'm not the kind of grandfather that's going to be, drop them off here. No.
Yeah.
If I didn't get
drop them off.
Yeah. If I didn't get the nut making them, I don't want to take care of them. That's not my responsibility.
Well,
it's just not.
I agree with you on that. And I'm the same way, which is, my daughter will be 25. Probably she doesn't have any kids for a whole host of reasons because she's too young.
Too young.
And she needs to go live her life, if she decides to have kids. But I always told her.
Looking like her aunt, but go ahead.
I've always told her that if you decide to have babies when you weren't ready, guess who is not going to be that grandmother? Who's like, that's my baby. I'm raising. This is granny. First of all, I don't want nobody calling me granny.
Right.
This is granny's baby. No, that's going to be your baby.
Right.
I'm going to help you as much as I can, but that I will never take that responsibility away from you.
Right. Exactly. Okay. Now, here's where we agree when it comes to that. When you had Deanna, okay, it wasn't something that was planned.
No, it wasn't.
You're on a military base. But the thing is, you took the responsibility, and you guys, however you guys did it, but you raised your child.
Right.
If we did that, why why are our children exempt from doing that?
Because, and you know, my daughter actually made a good point. She says that our generation, me and your generation, has made her generation soft,
right,
and dependent. Oh, they don't want them to do nothing. Oh, I don't want. Oh, they had a baby when young. I'm gonna take this baby, and then guess what happens? They go out there and bring home more babies, and then here you are, the 45-year-old, 43, 39-year-old grandmama
raising a 9, 12-year-old child,
right? Or you know, some plethora of kids because you didn't take the time to say, you know what? Those are your babies. I'm going to help you, but I'm not raising these. Right. I have a whole lot of friends who are grandparents. Even before I'm 46, I guess now I
had a bunch of them had it in their 30s.
Yeah, me too. But no.
And that's my thing. You know, when I see my friends, I don't have any money to do that. Because you're raising your damn grandchildren. Let these people grow up. You keep your kid till 26. So here's my question to everybody. And this is the stupidest thing I hear from black women.
Oh boy, let me get the boxing gloves on.
Get ready.
Talk about that too.
Yes, black women. I'm a ride for KK no matter what.
Who the hell is KK?
Whoever KK is. Okay, don't get me wrong. I love my child to death.
Oh, the KK is a child.
Yeah, the child.
Okay, good.
Next one.
You secret plan.
But you know what I mean. I understand that thing, but they take it wrongly. I love my son to death, but. If you do wrong, I'm not riding with you.
Okay, got it. I got what you. Yeah, okay.
I'm not going to prison and put in your books.
Free KK.
One of the main reasons, seriously, I mean, this is a testimony to my mama. I have never been to jail is because I know my mother will not support me. Unless it's like involuntary manslaughter, accident, or something like that.
Some nonsense.
Well, not even set up, just, you know, what the deal is. Right. You know, something that was beyond my control, whatever the deal is. But she's not going to go there because I didn't pay my child support. She's not, my mom ain't putting up with that bullshit.
Right.
She said, if you ever
turn on your woman.
Right. Yeah, she said, if you're in jail, don't call me for shit. And that's one of the reasons I never went to jail. But these people, I'm a Robin. He killed somebody.
Yeah.
He stole people's goods. And you're right. You got to be with your kids no matter what. Fuck that.
No, there's a line. I totally agree with you. There's a line. But I will say this, in our community, we have this habit of one child is, I can't wait till my child is 18 because I'm going to go do me. You know, I can't wait. But then the problem is this. You were 18. Were you equipped to be kicked out of the house and be on your own? Well, I mean, you went to the military.
I was 2 days after. 2 days after graduation, I had a plan.
Okay, and a lot of times, too, we haven't taught our kids anything valuable that they can use. They've been used to hearing us say, well, when they turn 18, they out of here. I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna find and I'm gonna take a room and I'm gonna do this, that, and I'm gonna go out.
No, I had a plan, Mom. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Right, but we do that, and I would say this: a lot of races don't do that.
Right.
A lot of the races keep their daughters home until they get married, and sometimes the son. Listen, you're gonna go to school, you're gonna work with the family business, but I will never put you out and set you up to fail.
I had a guy over here yesterday, his son, and he was doing some quotes for me on Windows. I need to get some Windows, and he was saying,
with those ratchets, they gonna bust them out.
Yeah, I don't know. But he said white guy. He had to go get his son out of trouble wherever they were from, and kept him at home and just trying to keep him busy. Now his son is a grown ass man, but he's still dedicated to his son.
He'll be doing that until he leaves,
and the son won't straight. I mean, to me, if the son hasn't straightened up at this point, it ain't like I'm saying his son is 20 years old. His son is in his late 20s, and is still fucking up.
And he's going to continue to do that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just believe as we should do all that we can to help our children. We should. I mean, I agree with you to some degree. If your sons are grown and blah blah blah, they should,
be a man.
Learn to be a man. But they need to learn to be a man. And I'm not saying that you're not doing this, but they also need to be taught that as well.
Right.
And a lot of times we and in our community, I can only just speak for the black community.
No, you can't.
We set them out there to fail. I've done all I can do. They on their own. They got to get out my house.
Well, and also you got to look at the parameters of doing all I can do. When I say I'm doing all I can do, I am not going to live his life as a grown man.
No, I'm not saying you should do that. If my son
came to me and said, Dad, I want to open this business. I need $5,000. Could you help me? Of course, if it's a feasible plan. But Boomquisha needs diapers for the kids. That's not my responsibility. That is not my responsibility unless I'm going to, give a gift out of my own heart.
Well, my dad always says, I'm not going to help you do nothing. I'm not. I will help you if you're gonna do something. You're about helping yourself, but I'm not helping you do just not do nothing.
Right.
My money don't grow on trees where I could just be giving you some so you can go out and kick it, because I don't get money from hanging out and kicking it.
Now, at the same time, your dad also looks at Walter and says, where did
I go wrong? He has said that to me a few times. Where did I go wrong? I said, Daddy, sometimes you can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make them drink.
And speaking of water, most people, like water, take the path of least resistance.
Right.
So you go where you're going to get less resistance. And black women...
And that's black men. They want to go with where they go least resistance.
Least resistance, which is the other cultures. I'm excited.
Which is not always... The path of least resistance is not always the best path.
Right. But, again, who wants to hear somebody sound their mama on them?
Trust me, I've seen plenty of other women do that to their men.
But Becky or, Shelly has that nice bank account that you're like, okay,
so basically y'all using white women for their money.
I'm not saying they're using it for money. Most of the friends that I know
using it for their money.
Using it for the money.
Wow, y'all hear that, white women? I know there's some white women listening to one or two.
No, but I mean,
y'all hear that?
I mean, because you're in a economic situation better than if you dealt with somebody who doesn't.
My father always says this too. My dad, I just love that man. He's a very wise,
very wise man.
He says nowadays, and he's 73, so he can speak to back then and nowadays.
And still partying, by the way.
He's very young at heart. But he says nowadays men don't want to be held accountable. They get being held accountable and nagging confused. Now there is a thing of nagging.
Yes. Why is that? Because these new men are being raised by who?
Well, a lot of them are by women. But, and I used an example earlier. If you're going out and I say, honey, have a good time. What time are you coming back?
Bitch, what you asking me questions for?
It got to be all that. You know what I'm saying? Then he gonna go be out with his hand? She asking me when I'm coming back all on my bumper. Wow, baby, I'm just asking when he was. I'm concerned.
I'll be back at 2. Now what?
Okay, have a good time.
All right, that's what I want to hear.
You know what I'm saying?
Get my 40.
But to some people, some men, that's nagging. She want to know. Well, I don't have to tell. But to my dad's point, they don't want to be held accountable.
Right, and I'm going to say this for young men. When you're in a relationship with a young lady, be it black, white, Asian, whatever, you're in a relationship with her, you are accountable to her, in my opinion.
And that's going to be roll into our next segment. Of the roles of men and women.
Wow. And the roles of men is to lead and dictatorship. There's a great book I want you guys to look. It's called I, Ike. You can get it at the library. It is the true account of making a successful black woman. And if you don't know it, you can look it up in Amazon stores. And
don't go check that out.
It's a great book. I read it.
Garbage.
I lived my life by it. And
where's your Tina?
Wait, the disclaimer, I am a single man. So.
We'll talk about that in the next segment.
That was a great segment. You guys, please check out Dee's show. It is on Facebook, DK Culture. It is on Sundays at 3 p.m. Are you going to be doing a show this week?
I am.
Okay, great. That's going to be the last show before you head out.
To Houston, to H-Town.
She has found her a man that is supportive of her, and she justly so. And Al's a very good guy. He tunes into your show every Sunday.
He does.
Of course, she emails me and says, that's bullshit. She said, that's some bullshit. Nah, when I get her down here, all that's going to change. So, Al, I'm with you, brother. So, we'll be back in the next section, and just stand by and check out the Pam Grier homage. Whenever you see that stuff, that's Dee. She loves Pam Grier.
It's my girl.
70s exploitation.
My girl.
Loving the Skin I'm in. We'll see you guys in the next second.